Hey everybody, welcome to our kitchen.
No?
The
MDR Home Show.
Oh, the MDR Home Show, I'm sorry. Welcome to the MDR Home Show. Thanks for joining us, and you're going to see from today's episode where I talked to Shawn on the radio about the improving your home's value and what type of things can you do to improve your home's value.
Yeah,
right?
a few key tips on that. Obviously, we are still not doing the show from the radio station, so we're adding some video, and we'd like you to join us back here actually after you get these few key tips from Kevin, because I think he missed out a few.
What?
Yes.
No.
You did.
All right, well, you're going to have to check it out. See what you think. We'll see you in a few minutes.
1310 WIBA. Kevin, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Shawn?
I'm doing really good. Great to talk with you. And this week we're going to do Did You Know? And this week's Did You Know conversation is going to center around doing some projects to increase the value of your home. And says, let's talk a little bit about some of the kind of the things that as real estate consultants, when you guys are meeting with folks, some of the things that often come up, some of those smaller projects that people might want to consider doing if they are going to list their home.
The first thing that people should consider is really they need to think about first impressions and the most common rooms in the house. And so usually those are the kitchen, great room areas, or like opening up the space to make it a great room area, or they're your bathrooms. Now, you don't think you hang out in the bathroom so much, but that's where people spend some time for sure. So, you want to. So starting with like kitchens and bathrooms and some like projects that you could do, like let's say you bought a house recently and you just want to update it because maybe you bought one that was outdated and it's time to start doing a few things and making it more, modern. And so first thing is let's just say you have some standard kitchen cabinets. They could be your honey oak. We had that situation going on in our house. And so you can certainly resurface your cabinet. That's a pretty inexpensive project to do, and then change out your countertop. Let's say you have Formica countertops, maybe go to a solid surface, either a granite. And then when you're thinking of bathrooms, again, lighting fixtures, if you have an old light fixture, a dome light or something like that, and you can, create some new LED lights. There's some great lighting fixtures out there today that aren't that expensive, and they're not that hard to change out either. And it does it just changes the look and feel. Another thing that people should consider in terms of like first impressions are that curb appeal or landscaping. Now is a great time for that. People are out buying plants, different things, mulch, doing outside projects as we've been cooped up in the house now for a while. And so getting out and planning that out, making sure that if you're going to put in new shrubs that you look at how big do they grow? How far apart do we put them? Put in some nice new mulch, give you that curb appeal, paint the door edges, stuff if you see that it's peeling. Try and take an eye of a buyer coming up to your house. Those are some great projects right there.
And it's amazing too with some of the, as we talk about some of these great upgrades and some of these things, these little projects you can do around the house. And you mentioned, of course, going to the home remodeling store and just how many, I think again, very, as you've experienced, very popular right now and people doing the stuff. And sometimes with these projects, as we talk about doing these things around the house, and you mentioned the project you're working on right now, sometimes you realize really quick how rewarding and why those type of things are so desirable for buyers. You mentioned, of course, upgrading countertops. Again, granite or of course, quartz is very popular right now. They're amazing surfaces and just light years above what we used to put down for countertops.
Yeah, and it's great. We did it, and we absolutely love our new kitchen that we remodeled. It's a great feeling. Even when I'm cooking in it right now, which I do like to cook.
It's that.
And so that's a great thing to add value. And then the last thing is, generally speaking, you're going to get, the dollar per square foot, that's the going rate in your neighborhood. And so if you want to add value, the easiest way is to add more square footage if you can, and you have that availability to do so. So if you have an unfinished basement and you can finish it, you're certainly going to add value just based on dollar per square foot.
Really good stuff. Talking this morning with Kevin Clark of Making Dreams Realty with Keller Williams, the website, MD Realty WI.
All right, here we are. Thanks for sticking with us. Just want to know, you got to tell them, what did I miss?
Okay, it was great. You didn't really miss much of anything, but I do want to
you're
say,
so sweet.
I know, right?
Yes.
You're awesome. But I do want to say, when you are considering selling a home and people are coming into your home for open houses or showings, that you make sure you remember the atmosphere of the home. When someone walks in on those first impressions, the feel and the smell of your home is going to be really super important. So,
yes.
Right, the feel what is the temperature? Is it too hot, too cold? Because you just want to create that warm, cozy atmosphere. Also,
Renee likes it really warm, so you should have.
I should have my hat on.
72, 73 at least.
Yeah, I do usually have my hat on during these.
I'm surprised it's not. It's cold today.
Right, but also the smell. So obviously, we're in the kitchen cooking a big dinner for our family, and we are going to have it probably smelling like dinner. We want to make sure that when people come through, they're not smelling all your aftermath, including animals, kids.
If you're a smoker, you really need to guard against that. That's super important.
You got to be really careful, because we will hear that a lot when people first walk into a home. They will be like, "Oh, what's that smell?" Or, "Oh, it's freezing in here." So I just want to really encourage you if you need to consider all of the senses when someone's coming through. So
yes, absolutely. Thank you for that. And thank you all for watching. The full podcast is available in many, many areas. And so make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, first of all, so you can get more of these coming to you, and we'll notify you. And then secondly, you can catch the full podcast of the MDR Home Show on Spotify. You can catch it on Apple iTunes and a whole bunch of other places. I don't know all the places where you get podcasts. I just know of those two.
Right.
But I think there's like 3 or 4 more. And it's there. That's the great thing.
Yeah.
I don't even know how it happens. It just happens.
So please subscribe, and thanks for joining us.
Yes. Have a good one.
Achieving your dreams within your means, that's MDR. Integrity, quality, and loyalty, that's MDR. So if you want to buy a house, or if you want to sell a house, call them, they'll see it through. Achieving your dreams within your means, that's MDR. Making Dreams Realty. Ooh.